Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to introduce a lot of saga-wide implications to the entire Skywalker saga that's going to change our view on the originals and the prequels, and it's said to be done in a satisfying and positive way for the Star Wars fans around the world. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren entering of what's described to be Snoke's original throne room that leads Kylo to discovering Snoke's vault full of hidden secrets that were locked away years ago. It's said that one of the sequences involves a moment in which Kylo Ren is said to activate a hologram of Darth Maul that reveals many secrets of the past, of certain relics and artifacts, as well as ancient knowledge of the Force that Maul discovered years before his death. It's described that within the Darth Maul hologram is that Maul reveals that he himself discovered, through one of the Dark Temples, that the Beyond is what was created the galaxy itself so many years ago, and even holds a power stronger than that of the dark side itself, that is said to be overwhelming to any Force user. Additionally, it's described that Maul reveals a legend in the hologram, that the myth is that the Wills were the ones to have initiated the Beyond and its creation itself, and that it was born to always create a rhythm of balance and unbalance of the Force repeatedly. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that The Rise of Skywalker is going to introduce a lot of revelations just like this that is going to reshape history and reshape how we view the Star Wars franchise and certain pieces of Star Wars lore, starting off with The Rise of Skywalker as a foundation to all of these different changes. So let's go over the Beyond. Now, Darth Maul is said to have discovered many different secrets of the Beyond, and of course of the Wills, within one of the Dark Temples, located somewhere within the galaxy that Maul explains in this hologram, indirectly to Kylo Ren. Mind you, Darth Maul at this point in time, during the events of Episode 9, is dead, so what Kylo Ren is watching is a hologram of Maul. So what's really interesting about all of this is that this is a sequence in which Darth Maul is delivering these vital pieces of information that have all to do with the Beyond and how it was the Beyond itself that created the galaxy. But what's really exciting is that Maul reveals in the hologram is that the myth is that the Wills were the ones to have created the Beyond itself that led to the creation of the Star Wars galaxy that all fans are very used to from the very beginning. So what's really exciting about this is that also within the Beyond, Darth Maul reveals that there is a power that is far stronger and more powerful than the dark side itself that is said to be overwhelming to almost any Force user that has made its way over to the center of the Beyond. Now, that may very well be why a lot of people that went over to the Beyond never returned. A great example is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren was said to be the master of Supreme Leader Snoke, and of course even Darth Plagueis, who never returned ever since his travels to the Beyond. So what I like about this is that Darth Maul is being used in a sense as a character that's going to be delivering vital pieces of information midway through the movie to Kylo Ren, indirectly of course, pretty much giving the idea for Kylo Ren to discover new elements of the Beyond and to better understand the ways of the Force, as well as the origins of the galaxy. Now, this really is aiming high for J.J. Abrams. He's really trying to do something very different and unique for the Star Wars fans than the fans would have ever expected to see on the big screen. And that, to me, it really does speak volumes. It tells us that J.J. Abrams is very ambitious about what he wants to do with Force lore being introduced on a whole different level in The Rise of Skywalker. So, with that being said, Darth Maul as a hologram, we saw him in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and now we're going to see him once again from what's being planned so far by J.J. Abrams, Chris Terrio, and George Lucas in order to use Maul as an asset, if you will, to Kylo Ren through this piece of information that Kylo is going to learn from, the Darth Maul hologram itself, that was stored within the vault of Supreme Leader Snoke. Now, once again, this is yet another hint that maybe, and just maybe, Snoke was Palpatine all along. He seems to really own a lot of relics and artifacts that belong to Palpatine, including this Maul hologram that once belonged to Palpatine as well, that Snoke eventually got his hands on in order to learn more about the Beyond itself. Keep in mind that Snoke was actually born through the Beyond, not necessarily when it was created, but when it was actually active, and that's exactly how Snoke came into existence. That's why he's so powerful through the ways of the dark side, and why Palpatine was so interested in his dark side power across the entire galaxy that he sensed all the way from the unknown regions. So I would love to hear what you all have to say about the wills, now being referenced and or mentioned in The Rise of Skywalker. It really seems like JJ is going a long ways in this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below and let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.